Michele Hilton. I'm on set of the Pink Cup Project, Full Blossom TV, with the gorgeous, talented Sarah Whitney, my guest.
Hey y'all.
So excited she's here. I've actually been wanting her for a couple weeks. Finally, I get to have her. She's a very popular young lady. So thank you.
I'm so excited to be here. I've heard like a couple of people have been on your show already, so I was like, I hope she picks me, and then got the call.
Got the call, right? We love that booked, got the call little thing, right? So before we start the show, we're going to talk about what's in our pink cups. Sarah, what are you drinking?
Right now I'm just drinking a little white wine because I have a secret. Even though I am a tall, statuesque woman, I am a terrible lightweight. So, yeah, I'm such a cheap date, actually.
That's kind of good, right?
Yeah, actually in college they used to say I got drunk by osmosis because I could just like hold somebody's drink and I am good for the night. So, yeah, so I just have a little white wine so I don't make a fool of myself.
That's okay. Actually, we like when people make a fool of themselves. Actually, I'm kidding. You'll be okay. But I'm drinking Hennessy and Diet. At one point, I actually will change it up, but I've been drinking a lot of Hennessy and Bacardi, I think. But I think I'm going to move on to Macallan soon, so we'll see.
Save me a little bit of that, but
You'll
just a little.
Yeah, I think just a little bit. Alrighty, so cheers to that. Pink cup.
Let's have you gotta tap it. That's a Southern thing.
All right now.
You always tap your drink right before you drink it.
But what for?
I don't know.
Just to do it?
That's just it. Like if you're taking a shot or, you know, you say your cheers, you clink, tap it, and drink.
You're drunk now?
That's all. Not close, but not yet.
Okay. All right, so I know that you're like your little Southern belle. You come from Texas. So tell me a little bit about growing up in Texas versus being here in New York.
Well, usually when I tell people that I'm from Texas, they automatically like assume I grew up on a farm, which I didn't. See? No, but I actually grew up south of Houston, kind of near Galveston, which is right near the coast. So, you know, I was half an hour from the beach. You know, I don't think I knew a single person who rode a horse to school.
Oh, come on.
Maybe
I know you had
one.
You had a little horsey over.
I didn't say I don't know how to ride, but
you can ride?
Yeah.
What can you ride?
How much have you had?
Just a little bit.
But yeah, like I had a pretty suburban upbringing. You know, my family is actually they're from Wisconsin and Ohio, but you know, God loved my sister and me a little bit more, so we were born in Texas. So
can you give us a little like I don't know, like what do they say in Texas?
Well, definitely y'all. You say if you're about to do something, like I'm about to go to the store, you say like I'm fixing to go to the store, you know, or one of my favorites is the sentence, if you're asking somebody, did you eat yet? You know, if you are hungry or something like this, you say, jeet yet?
And are you serious?
Yeah.
Jeet yet?
Jeet yet?
Hey, jeet yet?
Yes, yeah or no.
Wait, is it finnin' or fixin'?
Fixin'.
So I'm fixin' to go to the store. You want something?
Nah. Jeet yet?
You're jeet yet?
Jeet yet?
Wait, so question.
Okay.
I know you're not a single lady.
No, I'm not.
But did you ever like do a cowboy?
Did I ever do a cowboy?
Yeah, you're in Texas.
Well, there is a song that says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Hey, did you eat yet?
Tap it.
Oh, tap it. True. So you come to New York as an actress, but your first big casting or submission to a casting is for Plus Model magazine, right? Love Your Body issue, right?
Yes.
Everybody can wear a little black dress and crop top. Am I right? Or okay, so tell me a little bit about how that worked and how you got booked and your experiences with that.
It was really cool because I'm part of the email list, so you know every day there's submissions that you get from Plus Model magazine, just different things that are going on. And they said, hey, we're looking for a couple girls to be a part of this Real Women, Real Models segment. And I was like, hey, I'm a real woman. I'm trying to be a model. So, I submitted my pictures thinking, there's no way they're going to pick me. And Madeline Figueroa emailed me and said, hey, we really want to use you. So I was like,
awesome.
What? You know, so we went down to the studio, and each woman, you know, they're varying sizes as well as heights, and different shapes and things like that. It was really, really fun. And so it showed that no matter what size or height or shape, you can wear a little black dress. And then we did a segment, like you said, about crop tops. You know, mine had a really small crop top, but some of those girls had really, you know, what a sexy crop tops. So it was really fun, and it was really validating, you know, to just be my very first, you know, booking was in Plus Model magazine. So, and it helped me do a lot of networking as well.
So how did you feel in the crop top? Even though yours, it was little. Were you used to wearing crop tops, or?
No. My entire life, I would have never worn a crop top, ever. You know what I mean? So I would wear, you know, jeans that were not low cut, but, you know, just sort of right below the belly button, but my shirt was always longer, or, you know, if it popped up a little, I was like, oh goodness, you know what I mean? And you know, to be like, hey, this is my stomach, this is what I look like, you know, this is the way I'm made. It was really fun, you know, and no one should be afraid to show their belly, you know, and it's also hot a lot, so bring that air in.
Okay, so then next thing is Crystal Fraser, which is awesome because she's, you know, a very respected and noted designer in the plus size community, right? And you and Anula, one of our fellow friends,
She's
model
so
friends, you guys did their lookbook. So tell me about that experience. I remember you in this awesome yellow dress. Is that your favorite dress?
The yellow
That was my
dress,
favorite
yeah,
dress.
that's my go-to dress.
Yeah,
is this
and those
bright
photos
yellow.
with the yellow are awesome.
Thank you. I met Crystal Fraser actually. I was doing a mannequin show, which is where you are standing in the show and people walk by and are kind of shopping you. And I was wearing someone else's design, and Crystal Fraser was across the room, and I kept seeing Anula wearing this yellow dress, and I was like, oh, I really like that dress. And as I was walking wearing my designs, I would kind of peek at that yellow dress, and you know, and I'm a professional, so I don't want to shop someone else's designs while wearing another designer's designs. Like, that's a major no-no. So, you know, I finished my job, and then I went and changed, and then I kind of went over to the Crystal Fraser booth and was looking. I looked at the yellow dress, and then I went away. And then I looked back, and then Crystal came over. She's like, you want that yellow dress, don't you? I said, yeah, you know. So then I went and tried it on, and it was wonderful. And she said, do you have any big events coming up? I said, yeah, I have one. She said, take it, right? And all the tag me in all the photos, you know. And so then that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. So thank you, Crystal. And then
that's interesting. Yeah. That's actually a really good story, so that everyone out there, kind of like aspiring models, can kind of know it can happen like that.
Definitely happened. Like, I was shopping, and you know, I tried on the dress.
That's really cool, actually. I didn't know about that. Good for you.
It was fun.
So after Crystal Fraser and Plus Model magazine, you go to a maternity shoot.
Yep. I have never been pregnant. I've never had a baby, but on Walmart.com, there is a company called Labor of Love, which does maternity clothing, both in straight sizes and plus sizes. And I found this gig on Craigslist, of all places.
Which is awesome.
Which is really awesome. And so I drove probably 2 hours into New Jersey, and they fitted me with a baby belly that was made out of, like, have you ever broken your arm and you had the hard cast, right? That's what the belly was made out of. So it wasn't like, oh, my baby's so soft.
Hard.
Like, it was like thunk, thunk.
Like,
so yeah, I was in this, and I was like, you know. So, but I nicknamed my baby Chiquita Bonita.
Oh,
that
really?
was my baby's name. So, yep, and I've done that shoot twice, both spring and a winter look.
Okay.
So it was really fun. Something completely different.
You could be like a soccer mom, which is kind of cute, right?
Someday I'll be a mom.
Well, right now you're kind of like an Audrey Hepburn soccer mom. I don't know.
Yep.
Don't you agree? Yeah. Okay, so done on maternity, then you do Full Figure Fashion Week, which is awesome. Like, every plus size model inspires to kind of book that show.
It was such an honor to be chosen. Like, to be able to walk with some of, you know, the biggest names in plus model, you know, the plus industry was just an honor. And then there's little me, you know, who had half an idea of what was going on. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing, when, you know, that we're all so supportive of each other. You know, if I was like, what does this mean? They were like, what? You know, they were like, this is what means, you know, make sure you have your shoes. Do you have the right bra? You know what I mean? So then it wasn't just like looking down on everybody. Everybody was so welcoming. We were all together, and it was really, really nice. And I keep saying it's really, really nice. I'm just like, I'm so happy to be a part of this industry.
No, I mean, I agree with you on that one, because that was I booked it one time, I got chosen once, and I tried 2 other times after that, and I didn't. And I was really disappointed because of the fact that like it was so organized. It was awesome hair, awesome makeup, awesome designs, the best like models, right? So you're surrounded by like great professionals. So I feel like the first time you ever went out, you made it, right? That's a great accomplishment. So
Yeah.
cheers to that.
Thank you. Tap it.
Oh God.
I'm gonna keep
Texas
you to it.
thing. What's it called? Did you eat yet?
G yet.
Oh, did you eat yet? Y'all, did you eat yet? Are you done yet?
A little bit left.
Okay.
Almost there. I can't drink the whole thing or I will fall down. We talked about
Do
this.
you want some Hennessy?
Okay. Should I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take some.
Yeah. Somebody help me. Sorry, y'all. We were eating. No, I'm sorry. We got more Hennessy. Well, for myself and for Sarah. So this is gonna be a very interesting night going forward because the country girl is now drinking Hennessy.
I've never had Hennessy before. Here we go.
Cheers. Oh, hit
Tap
it. Tap it.
Ooh, that's good.
It's good?
Where's the bottle?
Well, did you eat yet? Did you drink yet?
I haven't had
I
it,
love
so
it.
I don't know.
Oh, your husband's gonna be very happy when you get home. A hot young, whatever. We can go on and on with that.
Okay. Could be a blooper reel.
Blooper for real. All right, so we've talked about you coming to New York. We've talked about your big castings. We talked about kind of how you felt about being a thicker woman, trying to compete with like smaller actresses, which I can definitely, I understand that whole part, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on here, because I think it's very important to talk about that. So before we leave, give me a little rundown of what you have going on. As far as like for modeling jobs or just for your personal life. I know that like you're not just a model, you're other things. And then kind of lead me off with something that you're thankful for. I know that you're thankful for being in the industry, but kind of like thankful for as far as like what people have done for you in the modeling. If that kind of makes sense.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I've had to take a tiny hiatus from modeling a little lately because I recently got accepted into my master's program to receive my master's in moderate to severe special education.
That's awesome.
So for kids who may have severe autism or an emotional disturbance or a physical impairment that keeps them from having the type of education that they deserve in a normal classroom, someone to focus on them or things like that that can become a hindrance. The District 75 of the New York City Department of Education created this district to focus specifically on those children with those specific needs. So they can now be moved into a classroom that has a maximum of 6 to 12 students, and they can have the focus and education that they deserve with their disabilities in mind, but that they're not disabilities anymore.
Right.
So, and I get to be one of those teachers. So.
And I know that you're doing the fellowship program, right? So how does that work? I know you've been substituting teaching, right? So how's the fellowship going to work as far as like, did the state pay for you to go to school? Or?
Yes, it is a regular master's program. So they placed me through Teaching Fellows into Hunter College, and that's where I'll take my education credits and courses.
Nice.
So during the day, I will be a full-time teacher with these students, in their classroom, and then in the evenings, I'll take my education courses. So it's going to be a major workload, but I will make sure that I can still be modeling every once in a while. So hope you don't miss me too much, but I'll be working hard.
So how do you, I know we're going to go into something else in a second, but how do you juggle that teaching and modeling whole thing? I mean, being a professional model, when sometimes you're going to have to wear lingerie, because I know you've done Tia Lynn, like the expos at the Javits, right? So how do you go from being a professional model, sometimes having to wear lingerie, whatever you know what I mean, like sexy, and then going to be a teacher? Like, how do you juggle that and like the social media part? Because I know we talked about that too.
That's what I was going to say. I'm very, very careful and very, very focused on my social media image.
Yeah.
So yes, I do photo shoots and things like that for lingerie, but I have 2 separate Facebook accounts. We'll just talk about Facebook specifically.
Yeah.
One of them is my personal one that is, just me being crazy, me being regular Sarah, with my family and my friends, and all of them are, that I interact with them and post photos of, girls' night out and things like that. And then I have my model page, which, has to be, public so that, people can see the photos, whoever it is. But that's the thing, anybody can see the photos. So I'm really careful about not talking about my family, not talking about, what's going on in my personal life. I don't even talk about my pets. Do you know what I mean? Like, the worst that I say is I live in Manhattan. So, there's so much excitement and possibilities with social networking, but in that comes, sleazy messages and comments, and things like that I don't want there with my friend's baby pictures. If I have it there and I say, oh, I like that one, they look so cute, random guy in another country can see that, and I don't want that. So that's kind of what I focus on, especially as a professional, teacher and all that, is being careful of what I'm putting out there. So
have you gotten an instance where any of your students or fellow teachers have Googled you and seen your professional Facebook
actually no
page or pictures?
Because of the way that I have my personal one, if they search my name, it doesn't pop up. I'm not going to give away the secret, but I have something set up to where if you just Google my name, you won't automatically find, the questionable material.
Do you get stressed out about that? Because I know for me, it's like a big high stress, just because I feel like if I go back to corporate, I'm going to have to deal with that. Deal with every photo that's on Instagram, every photo that's, if you Google me, it's everywhere, right? Yeah. So how do you say, okay, well, I actually was doing a photo shoot for Kmart, it total tasteful, but the person that's going to hire me sees me in lingerie. Like, how are you going to handle that?
It's a major thing, but I think what the important thing is that when I'm a teacher, that's what I'm there for. Yep. I'm not focused on like, ooh, I'm going to slip, photos and show my teachers like, look what I did this weekend, or, telling my kids that I have an Instagram account. Like, that's not why I'm there.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And then when I'm modeling, I'm not talking about my kids. I'm not talking about, the parents or what I do during the weekend. Sure, I tell them I'm a teacher. It ends there. I have certain lives that do not intersect. So
which I think is important. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Tap it.
Do some Hennessy while we talk about being professional. Why not?
I'm having so much fun. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. You're actually a really, really good guest.
Thank you.
Okay, so give us some words of encouragement. A little Texas girl comes.
Oh goodness, y'all.
Rode a horse, but maybe rode some other things and don't know yet. She says, "Did you eat yet? Did you eat yet?" Give us some words of encouragement. If a girl comes in and wants to be a model, she's 22 years old. She right now weighs 200 pounds. She's 6 feet tall. What do you tell her?
Okay. Honestly, when you are a plus size model, and even when you are an aspiring plus size model, the things that you feel most self-conscious about are the things that are celebrated. What you feel is weird about you is what people love. Like me, I'm a super nerd, right? During photo shoots and all that stuff, like I'm making Lord of the Rings jokes, like Harry Potter, like I literally have a graphic novel in my purse right now. So like, that's what makes me different, you know what I mean? Exactly. And like I said before, like it's so welcoming. You're not gonna walk into a casting and someone's gonna be like, why is she here? They're gonna say, hey, I love your shoes, Did you hear about this? Here's my card. Look at my social media account, look at the poses, things like that. It's very, very welcoming. The first step that I would say, if you wanted to be a model, is get a good headshot and a good body shot. You only need 2. Honestly, like sure you want more and all that kind of stuff, but if you've got a really great headshot and a really great body shot, you can make it. Do you know what I mean? So get those 2 things, and then honestly, just be a nice person. Be somebody that people want to hang out with. Be somebody, that they want to talk to, right? No one is too good here. That's just not the way it is.
So we got a cheers actually on that one. There's nothing else to say. It's awesome advice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. I've been dying to get this girl on my show. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you.
It's the end of the night. We're about to wrap, but before we do, we're gonna do Pink Cup Confessions on the Pink Cup Project, Full Blossom TV, hosted by me, Michele Hilton. This is how it works, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you this or that, and you just have to say this or that. You have to answer it, one word, and it has to be real fast.
Okay.
All right, ready, go. Behind closed doors, are you a simple or a sex vixen?
Sex vixen.
Basketball or football?
Oh, baseball.
We didn't say baseball.
I know, I'm telling you.
Okay, fine. Brad Pitt or Ben Affleck?
Brad Pitt.
Spanx or Spanx?
Spanx.
Boy shorts or thongs?
Thongs.
And done! Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna take my little pink cup. Cheers it.
Cheers. Tap it.
Oh, tap it. Thank you for trying Hennessy.
No, thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.